What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Julien, Stoutt, licensed personal trainer, licensed PE teacher, world record powerlifter, special education teacher, here to take the fear out of fitness. You see the title and the thumbnail, so we're about to take off in classes and sessions. So check this out. Reason why I am doing this video is because tomorrow, which is Saturday, June 22nd, I will not be available. So therefore, there's no live tomorrow. So therefore, I'm doing this video just for you. So the title and thumbnail says secrets to longevity. So I'm not going to hold you any longer. We're going to just get to it. Number one, get sleep. Study shows that men who get adequate sleep live 5 years longer. Women, however, receives 2 extra years. So if you want to live longer, get adequate sleep. Make sure that you're not undersleeping nor oversleeping. You want to sleep anywhere between 7 to 9 hours a day, no more, no less. Number 2, eat a nutritious meal as healthily as possible, because the reason why you want to do that is because throughout the day you're going to need nutrients in order to support your needs throughout the day, the demands of your job, the demands of needing to be conscious, the demands of your mental acuity, all needs to be on display at times. And if you're not eating a nutritious meal as much as possible, you are going to find yourself living behind the doghouse, meaning you're going to be dragging, you're going to be tired, you're going to be exhausted, and you're not going to be able to get adequate sleep. You're going to oversleep. Next, get a multivitamin and take it. Why? Because chances are, even if you're making the most best efforts of eating your foods as nutritionally as possible, you're going to be lacking certain nutrients, and you need to be able to support that to give yourself a little bit of a boost to make sure that you are adequately supplying your body with the nutrients it needs to function. Next, get exercise. You need to make sure that you're exercising at least 30 minutes a day, every day, 5 to 6 days a week. If you are not doing that, you need to put yourself on a plan, or you need to speak to a personal trainer, yours truly, on how to get there, in fact, yourself. All right. Next, maintain a healthy weight and body fat percentage. Why is it healthy weight? Because your body fat percentage is going to dictate what your healthy weight is, as opposed to simply saying you need to weigh a certain amount because you're this tall, or you're male or you're female. What we will do is instead determine your muscle mass, and then since you have a certain amount of muscle mass, we will want to promote you maintaining your muscle mass, since muscle mass is also a part of your longevity. Therefore, you need to make sure that your body fat percentage is well maintained, so that way you're not spilling over and causes excess metabolic issues that will put your life also at risk. Next, limit your alcohol. Guys, can't say this enough. Either don't drink or limit your alcohol use to something reasonable, because number one, your liver needs time to process all of this alcohol. And if your liver is in constant demand to detoxifying your blood because you're consuming alcohol at a ridiculous level, you're putting yourself at a massive health risk. On top of that, we're not even talking about the inebriation aspect, which could put you in a violent, depressed, or extreme emotional state that could put your life in danger. Last but not least, if you are doing some things where you are partying, what will happen is that you will find yourself in a position where you might make bad decisions in said party, and not only embarrass yourself to where you would not want to be around people, but also embarrass yourself to where you might land in an incarcerated state. Next, control your emotions. This ties into the alcohol use, because if you cannot control your emotions, if you're too hot or you're too cold, either way, you're going to find yourself looking at some form of lacking of existence. So for instance, if you're too cold, you might become depressed, you might become sad, to the point where you might decide to self-delete. Also, if you're too hot, get too angry, get too emotional, guess what? You might find yourself in a violent situation that will put yourself 6 feet under as well. Next, have support. If you do not have that support, you cannot control your emotions as well, or you don't have the insight that your emotions are out of whack. Far too many times there are people who are not aware that they are in a state of walking depression. They think that they're fine because they get up, they go to work, they come home, and that's fine with them. But at the same time, it's a lonely existence, and therefore there are people that you have in your life that can point out to you that you may not be living as right as you may think. All right, so make sure you have some sort of support, whether it's friends, family, or coworkers, or a social setting that you could get to where people notice and know you well. Make sure that you have that emotional support. Next, get home whenever possible, because even though you want to be around people, you also want to be home, because nothing good after midnight happens. So therefore, you want to make sure that that old adage stays true, because you're safer in your own home than you are out and about, because interactions happens on a daily basis, whether it be with your vehicles, whether it be with another individual, whether it be in some state of anarchy. You will find yourself safer when you are in your own home. And also, if your home is not safe, then I would suggest you find another place to live. Last but not least, avoid toxic people. Toxic people do not like to see you live good, and therefore they will do any and everything in their power to ruin your lifestyle, ruin your life, and possibly end your life. So therefore, it is important for you to stay away from those toxic people. Learn the traits of toxic people so that way you can be the best you. Guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Have a nice day. Be the best you. Classic Stoutt.